check the book. In Luke 19, around verse number 12 again, listen to what the Bible says. I'm going to start, verse 12. He said, therefore, a certain nobleman, watch this, he's a nobleman. He is someone that has some status. He has some wealth. He says, went into a far, watch that term, far country, to receive for himself a kingdom, and he's coming back to return. And he called his 10 servants and delivered them 10 pounds, and said unto them, here's a key word, occupy, occupy, occupy till I come. But the citizens hated him and sent a message after him, saying, we will not have this man to reign over us. And it came to pass that when he was returned, having received the kingdom, then he commanded these servants to be called unto him, to whom he had given the money, that he might know how much every man had gained by trading. Then came the first, saying, Lord, thy pound hath gained 10 pounds. And he said unto him, well, thou good servant, because thou hast been faithful, remember that term, faithful in a very little, have thou authority over 10 cities. And the second came, saying, Lord, thy pound, watch the term, the terminology, thy pound hath gained 5 pounds. And he said likewise to him, be thou also over 5 cities. And another came, watch this though, saying, Lord, before he says, here is thy pound. Behold, that is, here is thy pound, which I have kept laid up in a napkin. For I fed thee, because thou art an austere man. That is, you're a hard man. Thou takest up that thou layest not down, and reapest that thou didst not sow. And he said unto him, out of thine own mouth will I judge thee, thou wicked servant. Thou knewest that I was an austere man, taking up that I laid down not, and reaping that did not sow. Wherefore, then gavest not my money into the bank, that at my coming I might have required my own with usury. And he said unto them that stood by, take from him the pound, give it to him that hath 10 pounds. And they said unto him, Lord, he hath 10 pounds. For I say unto you, that unto everyone that which hath shall be given, and from him that hath not, even that he hath shall be taken away from him. But those mine enemies, which would not that I should reign over them, bring hither and slay them before me. Church, do you see what I see? The Bible says that Jesus speaks the parable as they had listened previously to Jesus' ultimate statement, I've come here to seek and save the lost. And he ties that scene with the knowledge that folk were now thinking that he was going to Jerusalem to set up an earthly kingdom. And so the Bible says he speaks a parable. Watch the parable. He says that there's a certain nobleman that goes off to a far country. So the thought here that I want you to recognize or understand is that where he's going, he's not going to come back soon. Why? Because it's a far country. In the parable, he does not tell his servants how long he's going to be gone. But he stresses the idea and the truth that I will be coming back. And so the Bible says just before he goes, he calls 10 of his servants. And notice, church, he gives each one gets the same thing. They each get a pound, or in some translation, a mina, which again is 3 weeks worth of wages of the common laborer. And he says to them, verse 13, watch this here, verse 13. And he called his 10 servants and delivered them 10 pounds and said unto them, occupy till I come. That is, put my money to use. Do business with my money. That's the charge. Don't just hold on to it, but put it to work. Now watch this. The Bible says in the parable, he says, he returns just like he said. He's gone for a long time, but he returns. Around verse number 15, the book says this. And it came to pass that when he was returned, having received the kingdom, then he commanded these servants to be called unto him, to whom he had given the money, that he might know how much every man had gained by trading. Now, I want it to be understood that he is not interested so much in that the money that's made is going to make him more wealthier. He's rich already. That's not the issue of just coming back to get money. The issue will be how faithful they were with what the nobleman gave them. And that's the issue with us, church. We are stewards of the Lord. And the Lord has all given us something. And something in particular that we'll learn in this parable, that everybody, no matter how educated you are or how less educated you are, no matter how skillful you are or how brilliant you are or how ignorant you are, bad term. But the point is, what he gives to servants, everybody has the power or the ability to use it. Now watch what the text says. In chapter 19 again. Around verse number 16, the Bible says this. Then came the first saying, Lord, thy pound, watch the term, thy pound, watch what he says. He says, Lord, thy pound hath gained 10 pounds. Why I emphasize that is because what we need to understand that this parable is similar to the parable in Matthew chapter 25, but it's also different.